Hello everyone and welcome back to Hicks Field in Tolono, where the Tolono Unity Rockets lead the Monticello Sages 7-0 here at halftime. As both teams are back out on the field here, and we're getting set to go here for our second half. A little recap: the Rockets scored a first quarter touchdown, an 11-yard touchdown run by Connor Grace. That put them on top 7-0. On defensive side of the ball, Taylor Wyatt has got 2 interceptions for the Rockets. They've been able to shut down the Sages offense. Connor Grace has 113 yards rushing so far on the night. He's been the key player for the Rockets. The leading rusher for the Sages is Dylan Nisley. He's got 23 yards rushing on the night for the Sages. 20 yards in the air between Parrish and Burton as he's hit him on several receptions, mostly short receptions. Sages did dodge a bullet though there late in the first half, as we had 14 seconds on the clock. Unity had second and goal at the 2-yard line, but they had no timeouts left. They came out to run a play, and there was a bad snap. Daters tried to throw it down as an incomplete pass, but they called them down, and they weren't able to line up to run another play. So the score remains 7-0 in favor of the Rockets, as we're going to be set to go here momentarily here in the second half. I can try to give you some other scores here. See what I can find. We got St. Thomas More leading PBL 21-8. That's at halftime. The Fisher Bunnies are leading their ball game. El Paso Gridley, they're leading them 14-6 at halftime. Let's see here at Danville. Central High School, Champaign Central leads Danville 26-14. That may be a little bit of a surprise. Mount Zion 32, Salem 8, Mattoon 25, Effingham 0. Decatur St. Teresa, the team that defeated the Rockets last week, is all over Clinton as they lead 44-0 at the halftime. Another Okaw Valley Black matchup, the Sullivan Redskins 12, Shelbyville Rams 8. Mahomet Seymour 39, Bloomington Central Catholic 21. So a big game there in the Corn Belt Conference between the Bulldogs of Mahomet Seymour and Bloomington Central Catholic. So 39-21, Mahomet leading that one. Jake Hockaday just ran one in from 30 yards from Aroa as they lead Tuscola 28-7. Centennial leads Springfield 14-6 at halftime. St. Joe all over Waseca as they lead 47-0 at the half. So those are the scores that we have coming in here right now as we're getting set to go here in the second half here. Thank you for joining us here on HSSPORTSLIVE.NET. I am Chris Foster. Unity leads Monticello 7-0. Hope you're enjoying our broadcast. Remember to come back tomorrow morning or anytime throughout the week where we will be putting this game on demand and you'll be able to view it at your whenever you would like. The clock getting ready to strike 0 here. Both teams still on the sideline. Coaches with some last-minute instructions. We'll see what type of adjustments the coaches make here in the second half. I will say that Unity really outplayed Monticello in the first half, but some key mistakes on both sides of the ball. And that's what has us at a 7-0 score as Monticello blew some opportunities, and as did Monticello blew some opportunities, as did the Rockets. All right, so now the crowd's anticipating people jeering in the audience. One person is cheering somewhere, wherever they are. So we're starting the second half. The Rockets with their traditional kickoff formation, getting ready to kick off our second half here at Hicks Field on HSSPORTSLIVE.NET. Chris Foster again with cameraman Rob Woods. Hope you're enjoying the ball game so far, and we're looking forward to the second half. And here is the kick. And it's Nisley back there. He's going to let it bounce, and he's going to pick it up about the 6. And then he tries to cut it the other way, and he's brought down at the 15-yard line. So Nisley will get it to the 15, and that's where the Sages will start their first drive of the second half, trailing 7-0 to the Rockets of Tolono. So the Sages come out. Parrish will be in the shotgun with Nisley back there with him, a receiver to each side of the field. Burton in motion, so Burton looks like he's okay after being injured. A low snap again, and Parrish picks it up and just hands it to Nisley, and he's got nowhere to go. Ball comes out, but he was whistled dead. Both teams having troubles with the snap here tonight.
Ball carrier Dylan Nisley, tackled on the play by number 58, Tyler Crowell.
Tyler Crowell with the tackle for the Rockets. That's a loss of 4 yards for Nisley. So second down and 14 for the Sages. As they're still in the huddle here. Back at their own 11-yard line. The Rockets D looking to make a early stand here in the second half to give their offense good field position. Parrish in the shotgun. He's looking to throw it to the outside. He completes it, but he's tackled immediately by the Rocket defense.
Number 83, Josh Burton.
Josh Burton again on another short reception. He picks up about 4 yards, so it's third down and 10 for the Sages.
Tom Pepler of Tolono was our winner tonight.
So third and 10 for the Sages, back at their own 15-yard line. Unity looking to stop them and force a 3-and-out here on the first drive of the second half for Monticello. Burton is in motion. Another bad snap for the Sages. Parrish still hasn't got it yet, and then the Monticello falls on it at the 4-yard line. Bad snaps galore tonight here in Hicks Field, at Hicks Field in Tolono. On both sides of the ball, the center and the quarterbacks are having some problems. Monticello thankful to just fall on that one and not set the Rockets up inside the 5-yard line. But a fourth down and 20, and they'll be punting from their own end zone yet again. And Burton gets a nice high punt off. It's going to land down at the 35 and bounce to about the 39-yard line. Good field position for the Rockets as we are just underway here in the second half. 9:41 showing on our clock here in the third quarter. Unity leading 7-0, looking to take advantage of this good field position here as they'll start first and 10 at the Sage 38-yard line, looking to add to their 7-point lead. As we told you, Connor Grace had 113 yards rushing and a touchdown in the first half. Daters added 29 yards rushing. Only one pass completion for the Rockets, a big pass play between Lindsay and Daters. That was a big first down conversion for the Rockets. That was 11 yards. They're going to fake it to Grace, and Daters is going to take it himself, and he powers forward for about 3 yards, or 2 yards. So it'll be second down and 8 for the Rockets.
Brendan Monaco, the tackler, 74.
The Sages coming into this ball game 6-0. The Rockets 4-2. The Rockets have not lost 2 games in a row in 66 ball games. The last time they lost 2 games in a row was 2008. So they're looking to keep that streak intact here tonight. Man in motion. They're going to give it to Grace. No, Daters is going to keep it, and he loses the yardage he gained on first down. That's going to make it third down and 10 for the Rockets.
On the play by 59, Ben Wilson. Ball goes back to the original line of scrimmage. Third and 10.
So third and 10 for Unity. 8:45 showing on our clock here in the third quarter. Daters in the shotgun. Connor Grace with them in the backfield. We got 2 receivers here to the near side. That's Jaden Kaiser and Darren Gumble. Dieters is going to look to throw, and he's looking for Gumbel. He's open, but it's thrown and out of bounds. Dieters had him open there on the outside, but the ball kind of drifted towards the sideline. Initially, it looked like there could have been a connection there, but the ball kind of faded towards the line outside, out of bounds line, and it went out of bounds, and Gumbel had no chance to make the reception. So with 8:22 on the clock, the Rockets will be forced to punt here, trying to pin the Sages back deep. So far, definitely tonight, a defensive ball game. As we've told you, I know on several occasions, these are the top 2 defenses in the Okaw Valley Black Conference, and so far it's showing here at Hicks Field. Jordan Fisher, high snap, he's able to field it, and he gets a nice punt off. We'll see if this one gets to the end zone or not. It bounces straight up, and then I think it's knocked back, and the Rockets got this one at the 3-yard line. They were unable to do that the first time. Fisher got a little bit more of a favorable bounce this time, and it's going to be knocked down. They're actually going to spot it at the 2-yard line, so that's where the Sages will start. 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line. The Rocket D looking to make a play here or force a 3-and-out and get their offense back on the field with good field position. They had good field position on their previous drive, but they went 3-and-out as well. Both defenses doing a good job here early in the second half. So under center is Parrish. Nisley in the backfield. He has a fullback with him too, an I formation, and the Rockets look like they might have jumped. It is a jump offsides by the Rocket D, so that's going to give Monticello a little bit of space. 5 yards, so it's going to be 1st and 5, and they're going to come out to the 7 instead of the 2.
From the 7-yard line.
So now a little bit of breathing room for the Sages. Parrish is under center. Man in motion is Burton, Josh Burton. Parrish is going to just try to plow this one straight up with a little QB sneak, and he picks up about 4 yards. And actually Wildman, I'm sorry. I didn't notice that he had come in at the quarterback position for the Sages. He came in earlier tonight, and it appears he's kind of going to be the running quarterback for Monticello, kind of a wildcat formation for them. And Wildman under center again, 2nd down and 1 for them. And he's going to go forward again on a sneak, and he's going to get across the 1st down line. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Sages as he picks up just enough there for the 1st down. As Wildman now has carried the ball 3 times tonight for 12 yards, and he's going to stay in the game here. He's going to be in the shotgun this time. A little bit of a different formation for the Sages as they've got 2 running backs in front of Wildman, and they've got Burton now. Wildman's going to look to run, and a great play by the defense of the Rockets. That's Tyler Crawl breaking through the line there, and now a late flag. This is definitely going to be a personal foul on somebody, but I'm not sure who. Somebody said something that the referees didn't appear to care for. And he's still talking here. They're going to call a face mask actually on the Rockets. I didn't see that on the play, but a face mask. So a huge break for the Sages, as the Rockets had made a nice defensive play, but a face mask on the Rockets as evidently they got a hold of the face mask of the Sage player, and a huge play that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 26-yard line. So a big penalty here gets Monticello out of their own end zone area, and now they'll see what they can do here. 1st and 10, ball at the 27-yard line. Wildman looking to throw. He's got a man deep, and it's going to be knocked away and then caught. And he's going to be brought down by Mitchell Snodgrass. It appeared that it was going to be knocked away, but 83 Josh Burton comes down with it. A huge play for the Sages. They go from the 27-yard line on their own side of the field all the way to their own 20 to the 22-yard line of the Rockets. That's what, let me try to do the math here, 23. So that's a 51-yard pass play for the Sages. Wildman in here in relief. of Parrish, and that time he's stuffed by the Rocket D.
In on the tackle was Vasquez and Tyler Crowell. Loss of a pair. Second down and 12.
So 2nd and 12 now for the Sages after the loss of 2 yards on that play. Wildman still in at quarterback here for the Sages as Colin Welter trying to decide to mix it up a little bit here, trying to get the offense going for Monticello. Wildman in the shotgun. He's got Nisley with him in the backfield as well as a fullback. They're going to give it to Nisley. No, Wildman's going to hang on to it, and he's brought down again. That's Cameron Heath with a wonderful defensive play. He didn't fall for the fake handoff. He's stuck with the quarterback. Ball all the way back to the 27-yard line. A loss of 3 more yards.
It will be third down, 15 to
So after the big 51-yard pass play from Wildman to Burton, a loss of 5 yards on the next 2 carries by Wildman, and it's 3rd and 15 for Monticello. Wildman takes a snap. He's being pressured by the Rockets again, and he's brought down. All the way back at the 37-yard line, Cameron Heath again showing his presence in the backfield. And a huge response by the Unity defense after the 51-yard pass completion. A 1st and 10 all the way up at the 22-yard line. As now a 4th down and 24 for Monticello, and the ball's all the way back at the 36-yard line. So 4th and 24, Monticello's going to go for it here. They're kind of in no man's land, but 4th and 24, a long way to go. And Wildman's going to look to throw. He's being pressured again. It's a little screen pass. It's complete. He's looking for some room to run, but he's got a long way to go for the first down. He's going to be short as Burton makes the catch, but it gets out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it, but it's going to be way short of the first down. He got from the 36, and now a late flag. A late flag here. Not sure what this is about. Appears the play was over, and then all of a sudden a flag comes out from the referee. He was standing near the Unity sideline when he threw it. It looks like the ball is going to be marked about the 23-yard line. Makes it a 13-yard reception for Burton. He's got 88 yards receiving now tonight for the Sages. So it's 23-yard line. The Rockets, well, it appears they may be pushed back here. No, I'm sorry, it's on Monticello. I apologize. The penalty is declined, though, so it actually must have been during the play. So instead of repeating the 4th down, the Rockets are just going to take the ball here. 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. 4 minutes and 41 seconds showing on our clock here in the 3rd quarter. Unity leads Monticello 7-0. Justin Daters and the offense back out on the field. He's in the shotgun, joined by Connor Grace. And he's going to give it to Grace, but he's met immediately. Stiff defense here in this 3rd quarter on both sides of the ball. But besides that 51-yard pass connection by the Sages, neither side has really had any play that's gained much yardage. Grace loses 2 yards on that play. So 2nd and 12 for the Rockets. Daters again in the shotgun. He's going to run it himself this time. He's got a little bit of room to the outside. Tries to break it further outside. But not any space out there. And maybe a yard for Daters. So 3rd down, and 11 for the Rockets. Back in their own 21-yard line. It's starting to cool down a little bit here in Tolono. Still a wonderful night for football. Great football weather. A little bit of a cooler breeze right now as we've got 3:35 on our clock here left to go in the third quarter. Unity leads Monticello 7-0 here on HSSPORTSLIVE.NET. Unity has a third down and 12. Man in motion is Lindsay. He's going to give it to Grace. He's going to try to find some room to the outside. He cuts it back towards the middle, and he gets to the 25, picks up about 4 yards, but that's going to be a punting situation for the Rockets.
In on the tackle was Becker, along with...
Fourth down and 8 for Unity. And punter Jordan Fisher is back out on the field here tonight. He's punted several times, and he's done a good job. Had several nice punts, and even pinned Monticello down deep at the 2-yard line on his last punt. But this one all the way back at his own 25. We'll see where this one ends up. Gets the punt off. This one's going to bounce as Monticello lets it go, and it goes all the way down to the 21-yard line. So that's a 53-yard punt by Jordan Fisher. Monticello decided not to receive it. They just let it go. And they'll start their drive here at the 21-yard line as this defensive battle continues here in Tolono. We'll see if Monticello sticks with Wildman here, if they go back to Parrish at quarterback. Wildman did some good things in the air as he had that long pass. But the Unity defense did a good job of shutting him down on the runs after the big completion. It looks like Wildman's coming back out here, so Wildman looks like he's going to be the quarterback here for the Sages. Brandon Wildman, he's a 6'4", 180-pound sophomore. And then the Sages actually call a timeout. So with 2:41 left to go here in the third quarter, Tolono leads Monticello 7-0. We'll be back here in 30 seconds on HSSPORTSLIVE.NET. All right, we are back here in Tolono. Monticello looking to start a drive here late in the third quarter, trailing 7-0. They have 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. Brandon Wildman in at quarterback for the Sages. He pitches it to the outside there, and he's going to, I think that's Burton, as he's going to get up to the 30-yard line as he picked up about 9 yards.
Clay Becker, the ball carrier. In on the tackle was Graham and Miller. Ball in the 30. 2nd down and a short yard.
Actually, I think that was Nisley who had got that carry, so he picked up 9 more yards. 2nd down and 1 for the Sages. Wildman's going to give it to Nisley. No, then he's going to pitch it to the outside, and he gets across to the 35, so that's a 1st down. The ball may have come loose, but it's recovered or just ruled down. That was number 5 for the Sages on the carry. That's Clay Becker on the carry.
The ball carrier. Good for the 1st down for the Sages.
So he picked up 5 yards.
The 35-yard line.
So 1st and 10 for the Sages at the 35. A little bit of a different offense shown here in the second half. Wildman tries to throw it to Burton there on the outside, but that one's short and incomplete, so it'll be 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10.
As they got a new cast of characters for the Monticello offense here in the second half. Some names that we haven't called here tonight. In at quarterback is Brandon Wildman. Of course, they still have Burton at the wide receiver and Nisley at running back. We've also called Clay Becker's name now, number 5. In motion is Burton. In the shotgun is Wildman. He's going to give it, fake it to Nisley, then throw it out to Burton. Some nice blocking there on the outside. He's got room to run, and Snodgrass is going to force him out of bounds at midfield. So a 15-yard connection between Wildman and Burton.
Number 83, Burton. Knocked out of bounds by Snodgrass, number 12.
Burton has been hurting the Rockets here in the second half. He's had the big 51-yard reception. He's over 100 yards now on the night, 103 yards receiving. Wildman fakes it to Nisley, and then he pitches it to the outside, and he's brought down. That was Clay Becker, brought down by the Rockets. And now Burton, number 83, who was down earlier tonight, is down yet again. He's just across midfield as Burton picked up 2 yards on that pitch play.
Is 83 Burton.
So it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Sages. Just across midfield at the 48, but Burton down again for Monticello. Josh Burton, the wide receiver for Monticello. He's got over 100 yards receiving tonight, as he just picked up 15 yards a moment ago. 7-0 our score. Unity leading the Sages from Monticello with 1:27 left to go here in the third quarter. We're going to take a quick break here on HSSPORTSLIVE.NET, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back here on HSSPORTSLIVE.NET. 1:27 to go here in the third quarter. We're at Hicks Field here in Tolono, week 7 of the Illinois high school football season. Our 7th broadcast of the football season here on HSSPORTSLIVE.NET. Chris Foster joined here by Rob Woods. Monticello has it 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 48-yard line of the Rockets. They trail 7-0 here. Brandon Wildman in at quarterback here in the second half for the Sages, trying to spark this offense. Nisley with them in the backfield. He's in the shotgun. Takes a snap. He's looking to run. Finds a little bit of daylight, and he's going to be brought down at the 45. So he picks up 3 more yards. That's 10 yards now on 5 carries for Wildman. So 3rd down and 5 for the Sages. Probably in 2-down territory here for Coach Colin Welter. So possibly 2 plays here to pick up the 5 yards, depending on what happens here on 3rd down. Wildman receives a snap. He's going to look to run, and the Unity defense is going to stack him up and bring him down. It's a loss of a yard. A great job on the defensive end there on the far side. Dalton Grimm with a great job. So he was able to shed his blocker and bring down Wildman, so it's 4th down and 6. And Monticello is lining up to punt. Matt Baker back to punt for Monticello. I thought if Monticello would have gained half of the 5 yards or maybe had a 4th and 2 that they might have gone for it, but being that they lost a yard, they're lining up to punt here, hoping to pin the Rockets back deep here in this defensive battle. The Rockets have nobody back to receive the punt, so they're just going to play the pressure. And that is going to be the end of the third quarter here in Tolono. The Rockets 7, the Sages 0. As we've got 12 more minutes left to go to decide this ball game here, with the Okaw Valley Black standings yet to be determined here, but this is a key matchup. If the Rockets can win this ball game, they will be tied with the Sages in the Okaw Valley Black standings. And then our game in 2 weeks between the Sages and Decatur St. Teresa will be a huge game. So we've got 1 more quarter to go here in Tolono. We'll be back in 30 seconds. All right, we are back here for the fourth quarter here on HSSPORTSLIVE.NET. Chris Foster here with Rob Woods, my cameraman. 7-0 in favor of Tolono Unity over Monticello. Monticello punts here, a crazy punt that angles all the way and goes out of bounds about the 12, 13-yard line. That came whipping through the area where there was all kinds of Unity players. Luckily for Unity, the ball did not hit any of their defenders. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rockets on their own 13-yard line. That's where they'll start this drive as they lead Monticello 7-0. A first quarter 11-yard touchdown run by Connor Grace. And that's the recap of the scoring here tonight as Unity got on the board midway through the first quarter. And that's been it, as it's been a defensive ball game. Both defenses playing very well. A few big plays here and there, but for the most part, it's been short gains and a lot of tackles for loss by both defenses. So Daters brings the Rockets out. He's got Reed and Grace in the backfield with him. He's going to give it to Grace. He's going to try to get to the outside. He makes a little bit of a move and moves it upfield and gets to the 20, so 7 yards for Grace on that carry.
And on the tackle was Burton and Sakeva.
2nd down and 3. A long, time-consuming drive for the Rockets would be just what the doctor ordered for them. But we still have a long way to go in this ball game. 7-0, 2nd down and 3 for Unity as they lead. Monticello looking to get their offense back on the field here. Daters in the shotgun. He gives it to Grace. He goes right up the middle. And he's got a 1st down, I think. We'll see where they mark it. He needed to get to the 29, and he's close to there.
Tackle made by Sakeva and 33.
Or the 24, I'm sorry. I said the 29, I meant the 24. And it is a 1st down for the Rockets. So 1st and 10 there for Unity. Daters in the shotgun. Colton Reed. Connor Grace with him there. One receiver to the far side. That's Gumble. They're going to give it to Grace. He's got room here. He cuts it back towards the middle of the field and gets it to the 35-yard line. 12 more yards for Connor Grace.
Tackled on the play by number 35, Case Hinton.
The Rockets riding their horse here tonight, Connor Grace. As we told you before coming into this game, he had 988 yards on the ground and 13 touchdowns. So well over the 1,000-yard mark now on the season is Connor Grace, as he's got 137 on the ground here tonight. And the lone score for the Rockets. 1st and 10 for them in the 35. Daters gives it to Grace again. He goes to the outside. And then he spins back and gets up to the 41-yard line. Another 6 yards for Connor Grace.
Tackled on the play by Burton.
So back-to-back weeks here on HSSPORTSLIVE.NET. It's been some spectacular performance by running backs. The running back from St. Joe last week had over 250 yards and 4 touchdowns. And now we have Connor Grace right now as he's approaching the 150-yard mark. 2nd and 4 for the Rockets. They give it, this time Daters kept it. He's only able to pick up a yard, so it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
The tackle was Ben Wilson. Gain of a yard. 3rd and 3.
So a big 3rd down and 3 here. The Rockets looking to keep this clock rolling and keep chipping away at the time on the clock. Monticello looking to get their offense on the field. 3rd down and 3. 9 minutes, 25 seconds in our ball game. Unity leads Monticello 7-0. Justin Daters in the shotgun trying to set things up out on the field. He's going to give it to Grace, and he cuts up, and he's got the 1st down and more. So he gets all the way near midfield. And I apologize, that's Taylor White, not Connor Grace, as he's going to get it to the 49. I've been used to calling Connor all night that I called his name, and I apologize, Taylor White, but that's a 7-yard carry for White, and he's got a 1st down. White has 2 interceptions on the defensive side of the ball, returned 1, 40 yards to set up Unity's first score, and then he gets a carry on the offensive side of the ball as him and Grace are both in the backfield on this series. White has also played some quarterback for the Rockets this year. So we've got Taylor White and Connor Grace, and they're going to give it to Grace, and he's going to go to the outside. There's a flag thrown as Grace breaks it open and crosses the 40, but a flag in the area of holding, as it appears they might have caught the Rockets, and they did. So at the 48-yard line, we'll probably be back to the 38 now. It'll be a second down in the area of 20, or first down in the area of 20 yards now for the Rockets. Yep, they mark it at the 38, so first down and 20 for Unity at the 38. I do like this new offensive arrangement here, having both Taylor White and Connor Grace and Daters all on the field at the same time. A good way to get all of your offensive weapons on the field at once, as Taylor White, as I said, has played some quarterback for the Rockets. He's a very good runner. So that sets the Rockets back, first and 20 all the way back to their 38. Daters in the shotgun. Again, Taylor White and Connor Grace. Daters looking towards the sideline to Coach Hamilton, seeing what play they're going to run. Play clock is ticking down to 2 now. They're going to give it to Grace, and he's going to try to find some room to the outside. He cuts it back to the inside, and he picks up about 2 yards. So second down and 18 now as the clock continues to tick here at Hicks Field. Not fast enough for Unity fans and not slow enough for Monticello fans, as we're under 8 minutes left to go in the ball game. Unity on top of Monticello 7-0 in a key Okaw Valley Black matchup here in week 7 of the Illinois high school football season. Unity 4-2. Monticello comes into this matchup undefeated at 6-0. Daters receives the snap. He gives it, fakes it to Grace. He pitches it to Taylor White. He makes a move and cuts forward to the 45. A nice move by White, as it looked like maybe a loss of 2, and that turns into a gain of 5.
Tackle on the play by Matt Justice, along with Ben Wilson.
So third down and 13 now for the Rockets.
The third and 13 for
at their own 45-yard line. Approaching 7 minutes left to go here in this ball game. Unity with a big third down right here, third down and long. Daters in the shotgun. And they're going to give it to Grace. He's going to try to find a room on the outside, but there's nothing there. But he does plow forward. Gets across midfield. As he picked up about 7 more yards, that's going to make it fourth down and 7. So 4th and 7 for Unity, and Jordan Fisher will come out to punt yet again. He's done a fabulous job tonight. 6 minutes and 20 seconds on our clock, 7-0 in favor of Tolono. And this is where you really have to be careful with your snap. We've had several bad snaps tonight, and this is definitely a situation where Unity wants to get a good snap off, and they do. And Fisher gets off another nice kick. It's going to hit about the 20, and it's at the 15. And Monticello is going to just let it sit there, so they're going to down it at the 16-yard line. So another good job by the Unity punter to pin Monticello inside the 20. 6 minutes, 3 seconds on our clock. Unity leads Monticello 7-0. And Monticello will take over at their own 16-yard line, looking to put a drive together to tie this ball game. Brandon Wildman, the sophomore, still on in relief of quarterback Sam Parrish. Wildman, the sophomore, came in here in the second half trying to spark this Monticello offense. He's in the shotgun. He's going to look to throw. He's got good blocking, and he's looking deep. A lot of air under this one, and it's going to be incomplete. Mitchell Snodgrass on the coverage there of Josh Burton. That one just hung up in the air a little bit too long. Snodgrass was actually with him step for step, but if the ball would have been out in front of Burton, he might have been able to run under it, but it just hung up a little bit too high, and Snodgrass did a good job of making sure that Burton wasn't able to come back and make that catch. So second down and 10 now for the Sages, still back at their own 16-yard line. 5:57 now on our clock. here in the fourth quarter. Wildman takes the snap. He's looking to run. He makes one cut, and then he's brought down as he tried to cut it up the middle there, but the Unity defense did a good job of stopping him for a gain of 1. So 3rd down and 9.
Tackle made by Reed and Miller.
3rd down and 9 here for Monticello. A big play right here as they're running out of time and they're back in their own area. So I don't see them going for a 4th down unless it's a very short play. They do have 2 timeouts remaining as we're approaching 5 minutes to go here in the ball game. Brandon Wildman in the shotgun again. He's got Nosley with him. A low snap. Wildman fields it. He's looking for Burton here on the outside, and he completes it. And he's brought down at the 30. A 12-yard completion from Wildman to Burton as Burton ran a nice out pattern here to the near side of the field. And it's a 1st down as they needed 8, and they got 12.
Ball is on the 30, 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 for the Sages right there at the 30-yard line after the completion. Wildman looking to throw again. He's being pressured. He gets a deep pass off, but that's going to be overthrown. So he was looking for Burton again. Burton wanted a flag. He was covered there on the play by Rockets number 1, Damian Hardy. We have Burton down for 115 yards receiving tonight after that 12-yard catch. Half of that was on a 51-yard pass from Wildman to Burton. So 2nd down and 10 now for Monticello. Back at their own 30, Wildman in the shotgun. He's got 2 backs, 1 on each side, 2 receivers to the far side. He's looking to throw, he's looking, and it's going to be incomplete. So he was looking for Carter Ness there.
Carter Ness was the intended receiver.
Ness looked like he tried to run before he caught that one, as he looked like he would have been able to come down with that one and at least gain some yardage. But it looked like he started to run actually before he caught it. Got ahead of himself a little bit, and now it's a 3rd down and 10 for the Sages. Another big play here for the Unity defense. 4:54 here in the 4th quarter. Unity leads Monticello 7-0. It's 3rd down and 10. Brandon Wildman in the shotgun. He's looking to throw. He's looking to the outside to Burton. He makes the catch, and he's brought down at the 35. So it's going to be about 5 yards short of the 1st down. I think that was actually number 12 for the Sages. So that was Sam Parrish, actually the quarterback, who was playing quarterback in the first half. He's the one who caught the pass. So it's 4th and 5, and Monticello's going for it. Brandon Wildman in the shotgun. A big play here. He's looking to throw. He's being pressured. He released it before he has to, and it's incomplete. Number 59 for the Rockets, forcing the pass. That is Zach Gadbury. That's 58, I'm sorry. 58 for the Rockets. Tyler Krall, he got pressure on the quarterback, and he forced Wildman to throw the ball before he was ready, and that forced the incompletion. And Unity will take over on downs now at the 36-yard line.
Ball's on the 36-yard line. 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 for the Rockets at the 36-yard line of Monticello. They lead 7-0 with 4 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. Unity with an opportunity here to put this game away. If they can put some 1st downs together. Dater's in the shotgun. He's going to give it to Grace, and Grace is going to power forward all the way to the 30-yard line. 6 more yards for Connor Grace.
Tackle made by Gibson.
So 2nd down and 4 for Unity.
2nd down and 4.
As the clock continues to roll here under 4 minutes now.
On the 30.
Monticello has 2 timeouts remaining as they trail 7-0 here in Tolono. Dater's looking to the sideline to get his instructions from Coach Scott Hamilton. In his 20th year here for the Rockets, 190 victories he's amounted over his 20 seasons. He's looking for 191 here tonight. And it looked like there may be some movements on the Rockets. Coach Hamilton is not happy. Oh, actually they called a timeout, it appears. So the Rockets will spin their first timeout of the second half, and that's definitely a much better result than losing 5 yards. But Coach Hamilton not happy at all. It looked like there was some type of communication issue between him and the offense. The Rockets lead this one with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the ballgame, 7-0, looking to put it away as they have a 2nd down and 4 on the Monticello 30-yard line. We'll be back in 30 seconds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to HSSPORTSLIVE.NET. I am Chris Foster, joined with Rob Woods. We have a great ball game going on here in Tolono. 2nd down and 4 for Unity at the Sage 30. They lead 7-0 with 3.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Colton Reed. He was stacked up in the backfield. He's able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that was a hard run by Reed just to even get back to make it a 3rd and 4 instead of a 3rd and 6.
Corrected number 59, Ben Wilson.
The clock's still ticking here as we are approaching 3 minutes left to go in this ball game. Unity on top 7-0, and they have a 3rd down and 4 now. Justin Daters looking to the sideline. Colton Reed and Connor Grace in the backfield with Daters. Daters in the shotgun. Tyler Lindsay in motion. He's going to give it to Grace. Grace looking for yards to the outside, and I think he's going to get the first down. He powers across the 25. And that's a 1st and 10 for the Rockets. A huge first down for Unity. As that is six more yards for Grace. And Unity looking to put this game away now as we're under 2.5 minutes to go in the ball game. 1st and 10 at the Sage 23. Looking to go in and put this game away. They're going to give it to Grace, and he's going to plow forward again. So Connor Grace picks up 3 more yards, and it's going to be 2nd down and 7.
2 minutes remaining.
Over 160 yards now on the ground for Connor Grace. As we're under 2 minutes, Monticello has 2 timeouts left. They're at that point where they're going to have to start to use them as Unity's just trying to run as much clock as possible. Got 5 seconds left to go here on the play clock. Daters in the shotgun. Colton Reed and Connor Grace. They're going to give it to Grace. He's going to look to go to the outside. He cuts it back to the inside, and he's brought down. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2. They give him 2, so it's going to be 3rd down and 5, and Monticello uses one of those timeouts.
Timeout, Monticello.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5 after the timeout here. Monticello looking to make some type of play here to get their offense the ball. As they came into this matchup 6-0, Unity 4-2 after a tough loss last week to Decatur St. Teresa. They fell 31-21. Their other loss this season was here on HSSPORTSLIVE.NET as they fell to Maroa Forsyth. That was in week 4 of the season. Hard to believe that we're already through 7 weeks of Illinois high school football. In a few weeks, we'll be talking playoffs. A win here by the Rockets will give them 5 on the season. Will make them playoff eligible. And they'll look to finish off their schedule if they can pull this one out and get their schedule and win their last couple ball games to improve their seeding in the playoffs. But we'll see what happens here. 1:35 on the clock, 3rd down and 5. A first down by Unity would most certainly put this game away. The Unity defense, the Monticello defense obviously looking to make a big stop, and they're going to be looking to strip the ball as well, so the Unity offense needs to make sure that they're securing the ball here. 3rd and 5, Daters with Reed and Grace again. He's going to give it to Grace. He's going to the outside, and he's got a little bit of room, and he may have got a first down. It's going to be awful close. We'll see where they mark it. And another Sage down on the field.
Tackle made by Wilson.
We'll have to see if it's a first down, and we'll have to check on the Monticello player here as well. A minute 28 showing on our game clock. Unity leads Monticello 7-0 here late in the fourth quarter. It looks like it's going to be a yard short. So they mark it a yard short. It's going to be 4th and 1 here for the Rockets. 4 more yards for Connor Grace. Puts him over the 170 mark here tonight at Hicks Field. A wonderful performance by him. And he's had a lot of hard runs. He's not the kind of guy who gets into open space and uses his speed. Not that he doesn't have speed, but he's a power runner. And he's been showing that off tonight here in Tolono. Unity, like I said, coming off their second loss of the season. And they're really trying to show some people in the area that they're still a team to reckon with here in the Okaw Valley Black as they lead the Sages 7-0 here with a minute 28 left to go in the ball game. Monticello 6-0 on the season, trying to avoid their first loss as the Sage is being helped off the field here as he's limping. It's number 74, Brendan Monacher, being helped off the field. Brendan is a senior linebacker for the Sages.
It'll be 4th and 1.
So 4th and 1 for the Rockets. A minute 28 showing on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Unity looking to put this game away with a first down.
Timeout, Monticello.
Monticello calls a timeout. That was their last timeout. But I guess they figure this is the best time to use it because even if the Rockets get a first down, they could only stop the clock once. This is the play they have to stop if they want to get the ball back. So they use their last timeout right here to talk about it. And they got to stop Unity from getting a yard, or this football game is more than likely over for Monticello. 1:28 on the clock, 7-0. Unity leads Monticello here on HSSPORTSLIVE.NET. It's been an exciting football game. We told you the top 2 defenses in the conference, and it's lived up to that billing. As an early first quarter touchdown by the Rockets is all we have on the board here tonight. Connor Grace from 11 yards out. And it is 7-0 with a minute 28 to go in the ball game.
4th and 1.
And it's 4th and 1 for the Rockets. Ball at the Sage 14-yard line. A first down right here would most certainly ice the game for the Rockets, barring something crazy happening. So Dater's in the shotgun. Monticello nearly jumped offside. Dater's now looking at Coach Hamilton, looking for what the play is going to be. In the shotgun again is Dater's. He's got Colton Reed and Connor Grace with him in the backfield. Monticello nearly jumps off, but they did not, as Coach Hamilton was trying to get him to jump off, and it was awful close. It looked like he may have crossed the line, but no flag thrown by the referees. So a little bit of a game being played here by the coaches as Colin Welter called a timeout when Unity was lining up for their 4th and 1 to talk about the play more. Then Unity comes out and they run the play clock down and they're trying to get them to jump off sides. Monticello does not jump off sides, and so we're still in the same situation we were a few minutes ago. A minute 28 on the clock, 4th down and 1. Unity looking to gain 1 more yard here tonight and secure a huge victory as they lead 7-0 here over Monticello. Hope you're enjoying our broadcast here tonight on HSSPORTSLIVE.NET. Next week we will be in Champaign for Champaign Central versus Champaign Centennial, as we've been there 3 times this year for Central Urbana, Centennial Urbana. This time the 2 Champaign schools will match up, but now we're here in Tolono, and it's the big play here for the Rockets. 4th and 1, Dater's in the shotgun. And they're going to give it to Grace, and he's going to lose his helmet, and I don't think he got it. I don't think he got it. He shed one tackler and then tried to power forward, and let's see where they mark it. I think he maybe even lost a yard, and It's not a first down for the Rockets. And with a minute 23 to go in the ball game, Monticello has to go 86 yards to score a touchdown. They have no timeouts, so the Unity Rocket defense is going to have to hold one more time here at Hicks Field if they want to win this matchup against Monticello. So to set up the last minute 23, 7-0 Unity, leading Monticello. First and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They got to go 86 yards here in a minute 23 with no timeouts to win this ball game. They're going to look for Wildman. He's going to throw it to the outside, and it's picked off by the Rockets. Taylor White with his third interception of the night, and this ball game appears like it's going to be over. Taylor White with his third interception. Brandon Wildman tried a quick pass to the outside, but a little bit too much air on that one, and Taylor White was able to get under it and pick it off, and the Rockets will take over now with a minute 18 left to go in the ball game, leading 7-0. A couple of snaps and knees to the ground, and it'll be a huge victory here for the Rockets. So Daters is going to come under center, and the Rockets will continue their dominance over the Sages. I shouldn't say dominance as far as the scoreboard, always very good ball games with tight scores. But Monticello has not defeated the Rockets since 1995, and that will continue here tonight as Unity drops a knee, and the clock is running underneath a minute now. Unity 7, Monticello 0. A first quarter touchdown appears like it's going to be enough for the Rockets to win this ball game. And they will go to 5-2 on the season. Monticello will drop to 6-1. As we are at 40 seconds now on the clock, another kneel by the Rockets. Play clock now running, so one more kneel down by the Rockets, and that will do it here tonight, as Unity's going to win this ball game 7-0 over the Monticello Sages. Daters puts his knee to the ground, and Unity has won this ball game. The fireworks go off here in Tolono as the clock is ticking down to 0. Unity 7, Monticello 0. And a very well-played ball game on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. The offenses did make some mistakes. Unity was able to punch in a first quarter touchdown, and that was the difference. We're going to take a quick break here on HSSPORTSLIVE.NET, and we'll be right here to wrap it up. Welcome. Tonight, our 7th week here on HSSPORTSLIVE.NET of streaming football live for you. The 7th week of the Illinois high school football season, and a 7-0 victory for the Unity Rockets over the Monticello Sages. A great ball game here, a defensive ball game. The star of the game for the Rockets would be Connor Grace on the offensive side of the ball, as he had 172 yards rushing and an 11-yard touchdown in the first quarter, and that's all that Unity ended up needing to win this ball game. On the defensive side of the ball is definitely Taylor White, as he had 3 interceptions here tonight. One of them, he returned 40 yards that set up the first touchdown, or the only touchdown by the Rockets. On the side of the ball for the Sages, it was Josh Burton. He had over 100 yards receiving, 115 yards receiving, including a 51-yard connection between him and Brandon Wildman, who came in and quarterback here in the second half. Besides that, the numbers fairly low on both sides. Nisley, the running back for the Sages, he only ended up with 28 yards rushing on the night. Daters for the Unity side, he ended up with 31 yards rushing. So besides Connor Grace on the ground and Josh Burton through the air, there really wasn't much going on either side of the ball offensively. The Rockets, again, win this one 7-0 here at Hicks Field in Tolono. Next week, we'll be back in Champaign for Champaign Centennial versus Champaign Central. I'll will not be here next week. Your announcer will be Brian Schutte bringing you the game. So we look forward to that broadcast next week. Remember, if you have any questions or comments or would like to advertise with HS Sports Live, just email us at hssportslive@yahoo.com. And also, check back tomorrow morning, and this will be posted for your on-demand viewing, so you can view this game whenever you would like throughout the week and the rest of the football season. So again, for Chris Foster, I'm Chris Foster. Thank you to Rob Woods for running camera tonight. Our final score tonight here in Tolono, a key Okaw Valley Black matchup. The Unity Rockets defeat the Monticello Sages 7-0.